One of the most common things that I get asked as a spiritual mentor is, how do I get back into alignment after I've been out of alignment for a pretty long time? A lot of people get really discouraged, and it can get really discouraging because you remember a time when things were a lot easier and when it seemed like you were being guided step by step along the way. Alignment to me doesn't mean something crazy like enlightenment or something. I think that everybody in the world can find alignment. Alignment is when who you think you are and who you actually are is pretty close to the same thing. Who you actually are is consciousness. It's love. So when you're picturing yourself as this weakened, victimized, terrorized, separate self, the more you go into that, or the more you start thinking of yourself as a villain who's doing everything wrong, I'm going to teach you the 3 best ways, the ways that I teach all of my clients to get back into alignment when they're out of alignment. And I'd say out of the 3, number 3 is the most important, and it's the one that I would urge you to do as often as you can. All right, number 1. The first thing that you should do if you find yourself out of alignment in your life, and it just is really hard to do all the things that you need to do in your life, and things just aren't clicking. Maybe you're taking action in all the right ways, but you're not getting nearly the result that you had hoped for from those actions. This is what it feels like to be out of alignment. It's like we don't even have the same power that we normally do. We feel weakened or out of our normal self. The very first thing that I teach my clients to do when they notice themselves getting out of alignment is to break the pattern. If they keep doing the same thing but trying to do it a little better that they were doing yesterday, they're going to get into the same exact mental pattern and usually the same exact frequency. And then what do you know? They end up getting the exact same result. So what should you do if you find yourself out of alignment? Break the pattern. Even if you're really busy, try to carve out some time to go do something that completely gets your mind off of your problems. So this might be doing something really rewarding for yourself. You know, maybe having a spa day, or maybe going in a jacuzzi. That's one of my favorite things to do. It's like go to the beach or go to a jacuzzi. For some people, it's plant medicines. Maybe they want to go smoke a joint, or maybe they want to go microdose. Everyone's different. For some people, that really wouldn't help them reset. Other people like to just stop working and go work out all day or spend all day outside. Maybe they spend all day in nature, just soaking up all of the natural energy vibes and getting out of their normal routine. If you absolutely need to work that day, then try to work somewhere different if you can. If you have work to do that you normally do from your home or your desk, try doing it at some cool coffee shop or in a lobby at a hotel. Whatever gets you out of that mindset and gets you more focused on something going on in the now, do that. Because that's the type of thing that'll break your patterns and will help you lead to a much more balanced and harmonious life after you're done with the pattern breaking exercises. And number 2, reset your energy. It's so important to clear out and reset your energy. Energetic hygiene is a real thing. I think this will be a big theme over the next 20 years, is people realizing that it's so much more than about what you say and do in life. There's an energy, almost an emotional energy behind everything that you say or do that makes a difference in terms of how people receive it and how people respond to you. Resetting your energy can be anything from doing a meditation session, doing a breathing session, an energetic cord cutting session, to even something like getting a massage or talking to a friend that you really trust and opening up and really bearing your truth and maybe even crying a little bit. When you reset your energy regularly, then you come across as a calm and regulated person. And it's a lot easier to speak your truth when you have that calm, regulated nervous system. My favorite ways to reset my energy are to do spiritual work. You can set intentions. I like to call in my guides as well. Here, you can try this as well. I do this every single day. Just say to yourself in a really sincere way, like say within your heart, take a breath and say this: I invite my guides, angels, ancestors that serve love to assist my life and those around me in any way that they can. Thank you. Sometimes all it takes is a simple invitation, and so much in your life can change. I have this idea, which, a lot of people believe this as well, that in the higher spiritual dimensions, they can't just help us because we're suffering. But instead, we actually have to invite their help. We actually have to announce to other souls, other angels, God, we have to announce that we want to be helped, that we want assistance, that we want to get back in alignment. Because without that, then it's non-consensual for these beings to help us out. And the higher realms operate on the idea of consent. It's the lower realms that operate on the idea of taking power and forcing people to hurt or to heal. The higher realms are all about inviting and accepting, receiving and giving, but everything's consensual. It's invited in or accepted, or it's rejected. You should also try to do breath work. We actually have a full moon breathwork ceremony every single month. So if the full moon's coming up and you want to attend that, then you can join at the group chat in the description. And in this group, we are all about regulating our nervous systems so that we can allow this higher energy to come guide us. This energy of love that comes from God, from Source, and allows us to be in deeper alignment. So if you'd like to join us, you can check that out in the description. We also have a group called the Circle of Wisdom that has more esoteric teachings and things that I can't even fully share on YouTube. So if you want to check out more and learn spirituality in a deeper way, then you can check out the Circle of Wisdom. Number 3 is to take aligned action. If you've been out of alignment lately, one of the things that feels the most impossible is to take one aligned action. Your mind will even often try to trick you and tell you that it doesn't even matter. It's not going to make a difference if you do that meditation, or it's not going to make a difference if you go reach out to that friend, or whatever is coming up. But oftentimes it will make a difference. If you take one aligned action, it'll probably feel really uncomfortable for like 15 minutes. But if you can push through that deep discomfort, then usually you'll jump way more into alignment. And then it'll be 10 times easier to take the next aligned action or to go into meditation and regulate your nervous system. If you really want to guarantee yourself to get out of alignment, just pick 3 aligned actions that you can take today and then spend some time resetting, meditating, breathing, and moving energy in between those actions. And if you do those things, you can snap right back into alignment in one day with no problem at all. Thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure. My name's Chris. I'm a full-time spiritual mentor. So if you want to support and if you want to get into alignment yourself in a deeper way, then check out some of my offers. So you can check all that out in the description. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.